Yeah, you guys already know what video it is because it's my shirt, right? My shirt is clearly a rainbow, yeah? I have to say that I am very proud of everyone that is watching these YouTube videos because you guys keep telling me over and over again that Rainbow DK is the deck that you want me to keep playing, the deck that you want me to keep talking about, and well, with the addition of the foam render from the mini set, let's actually talk about Rainbow DK on how it's in a pretty good spot right now in terms of how the deck is built, but the metagame surrounding Rainbow DK is by far the most toxic part of this deck, to where I often make the point on my streams that it's not about a deck necessarily being good or bad, it's about a deck being, you know, favored into the metagame and the most popular decks that you're going to fight, because I do believe that Rainbow DK is still one of the best control decks you can be playing right now, but unfortunately, due to Highlander Warriors still being like a tier 1 deck, it is still really hard for decks like this to survive, so I would not recommend this if you're seeing a lot of Warrior, but this deck does have a lot of game against Paladin now that has been slowed down because of the Showdown nerf. Hunter is not nearly as popular and as common, so you have, you know, a little bit more game against decks like that, but you still have a bunch of removal to deal with their early game threats. So most of the time, this deck is just going to be beating up on like Rogues. It's going to be beating up potentially on Warlocks, depending on if you see Insanity Warlock a bunch now, because I think that Pain Warlock is still going to be a little bit of a rough matchup for this deck. But now that you have one more turn maybe to get out your Grimy or something like that, the matchup is a little bit better. I'm not saying that it's insanely favored now, but the matchup is actually better now that the turn is slightly slowed down. But let's talk about the real strengths of Rainbow DK and why we've chosen to go with this particular list versus other ideas that have been floated around. So this Rainbow DK deck really hasn't changed all too much since the beginning of the Whizbangs workshop Rainbow DK. The only real differences, of course, have been the nerfs to Sickly Grimewalker as well as Threads of Despair. So our control tools are a little bit, you know, have been hit, so we have to play a little bit more tempo, which is why we have to run cards like Miracle Salesman. In order to deal with, you know, the aggressive metas, we essentially have to play for tempo, we need to play minions. So that's why we have Miracle Salesman, that's why Hematurge is in the deck, not just because it can help you discover a blood card, but it's just a minion that helps you trade into, you know, early game threats, so that way you're not just taking a bunch of damage in the early game and you're sitting at like, you know, 20 health by like turn 3, turn 4. So you really want to use your early game minions and early game threats like the Frost Strike in order to remove things that your opponent are going to develop. So with cards like, you know, Chillfallen Baron being able to draw, Hell Yeah being your disruption, as well as like a win condition if you can stall out the game as long as you can. Again, the card that we have to talk about is Foam Render. This card is absolutely amazing in order to charge up the Climactic Necrotic Explosion, and honestly, when I was playing the Foam Render in this deck, I felt like I never ran out of corpses. This is like the absolute perfect card for Rainbow DK to keep spending corpses over and over and over again. But unfortunately, there are some people that are still playing Vipers in this meta, so in order to still get away with this inclusion in the deck, you have to run double Runes of Darkness, because if you find another Foam Render, it's actually better to discover it from the Runes of Darkness, because then it's going to be a 6-2 weapon. Not only are you pressuring more damage from the Foam Render, but you have a guaranteed durability to where if there's like one turn where it's like awkward and you don't have the corpses for whatever reason, then you can, you know, still swing the Foam Render, not missing a beat. So Runes of Darkness and one copy of Foam Render seem to be perfect, even though it is kind of sad that Crusher doesn't find its way into the list anymore. It's still in the Runes of Darkness against the matchups that you need it, but outside of like a hand buff Paladin, there's really not a lot of things that you want to freeze right now, because Demon Hunter is still around but not nearly as popular. So again, what I'm talking about, you have to beat the popular decks, and since the weapon decks are not nearly as popular anymore, we have to take out the Crusher to make room for a bigger Climactic Necrotic Explosion. But the last card to talk about in this deck, since we've already talked a lot about Rainbow DK, is Dirty Rat. You just absolutely need Dirty Rat, because again, Warrior is your biggest, you know, fuck you matchup, and you have to be able to Dirty Rat either the Boom Boss, the Bran, or potentially the Inventor Boom, depending on the situation of the game. Now, there is a spicy tech that you could potentially make, because Yogg is actually making a comeback within Hearthstone. Now, granted, the games that you're going to be seeing coming up ahead are from the previous patch before Pain Warlock and Showdown Paladin were nerfed, but Yogg is actually becoming a fantastic way of stealing people's Zilliaxes because people are starting to realize that Virus module plus Perfect module for an 8-mana Zilliax is actually extremely sticky and extremely good. So if you want to fit a Yogg into this deck for like whatever card that you don't like for whatever reason, there is a justification for it, but just know that the main reason why Yogg is being put into the deck is because of Highlander Warrior and the fact that it is all over the ladder right now, still sitting at like damn near tier 1 deck, which if it's coming from me, you know that I don't want to admit this, so you know that it's the truth. So like Highlander Warrior, I'm not gonna like this deck until we get a new update. Like seriously, the mini set didn't solve it. We can save this rant for another day. But just know that Yogg-Saron is an actual card that you can start running in your deck that has some very real meta applications right now. So in order to wrap up this deck guide, let's go ahead and talk about the cards you want to keep in your mulligan. You always want to keep your Miracle Salesman. Against Warrior, you can debatably keep Dirty Rat, but you don't want to play Dirty Rat until about like turn 6, turn 7, depending on how many coins that your opponent has. So you can, you know, hit those cards I referenced earlier, the Brand, the Boom Boss, or potentially the Inventor Boom, all sitting around, you know, 8 mana. So you really don't want to play your Dirty Rat unless your opponent has Telegraph and they've drawn the Brand with like, say like a Talon inclusion or something, or unless turn 7, turn 6, depending on how many coins they have, so you can rat the right card at the right time. Other cards that you can keep in your mulligan are going to be cards like Frost Strike against aggro. You can debatably keep your Hematurge against like a Death Knight Mirror, especially if you have your Salesman. You always keep the Mining Casualties. You will probably always keep your Chillfall and Baron. You can definitely keep your Acolyte of Death, especially if you have Crop Rotation, but depending on the matchups, Hell Yeah and Mon Pa can also be very safe cards to keep, depending on what exactly you're going up against. Hell Yeah against a more slow deck, like up against Warrior, for example, or a Mon Pa, especially if you have coin against a deck that really can't deal with the 2/8. So knowing how your early game turns are going to essentially thread into your late game turns, it's very important to realize how to mulligan and how to master the early game, because it is by far the most important part of the game for you to bridge your turns to make it to the gigantic climactic and necrotic explosion turn that we all want to do, because we all want to go boom with the big explosion. And don't forget, everybody, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the Patreon if you want to support us in a meaningful way and get extra perks and bonuses for doing such. And we've also got 10% off the coolest shirts that you've seen. I'm currently waiting for my next shipment of Into the AM merch, but if you want to get 10% off of your next purchase with Into the AM, go ahead and check out intotheam.com/ClarkHS10 to get 10% off your next order. But thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next video. Highlander Shaman was a thing during the first day because Pizza was doing really well with it, and then people realized that it's not that good of a deck. It's okay, but it's not good. And that's why I didn't immediately start playing Highlander decks, man. I don't like, I want old Reno back. I would rather have old Reno than the Reno that we have now, but old Reno didn't see play for an entire year, which gave them the data that they needed to realize, wait a minute, we need to change Reno. We gotta, if we're gonna make a Highlander archetype, we gotta go in a different direction. So the fact that we didn't play Reno for a year, we're responsible for this. I was really enjoying Rainbow and now just struggling. Yeah, I agree, dude. I'm in the denial stage too. I don't want to admit this deck is bad. This deck is fun. Every single time I post a video about Rainbow DK, my audience goes crazy. I feel like they love this deck more than I do, and that's saying a lot. I love Rainbow DK. I still love it. Ooh, coin Mon Pa. This is why Hematurge. This is why Hematurge and not like Down with the Ship, for example.
Want to hear my playlist? Muzzle their magic.
Oh, come on, really? Debatable, like, it's debatable on even picking this weapon since I already have this and this. See what he does, but I either respond with this or this. I feel like I always want to play Mon Pa. Mon Pa just feels so much better.
Shiny, my shiny.
Trades a bit evenly, harder to kill. My favorite thing about Rainbow is the tool generation. Wait, what do you mean the tool generation? Like what you're able to put into the, like, literally because you can put Hematurge and like a Frost Strike and all this kind of stuff. I just like how many avenues the deck has to be played. Rainbow DK, like, figuring out the perfect 30 was a really interesting couple of weeks in Hearthstone. Oh, that and a snake. Wow. What the hell? Bro, you cooked too hard. You cooked way too hard, my guy. I wish I could do something else here. I guess I could. Yeah, I guess I should have played this first. But never mind. I'm actually a genius. Next turn we'll play the hell yeah. Just so that way we have board and then we can foam render, I think. It's clearly that's not another minion, right? Oh my god, the Velorock. Okay, that has to die. Alright, that has to die. Goodbye, yeah, goodbye Velorock. Team Rat, dude. I hate this. I don't want to be Team Rat. But it's kind of necessary in a deck like this. There's just no way of interacting with our opponents if we don't have Rat. Alright, well. Maybe there is, you know, a playable deck for Rainbow DK right now. Against the Painlock, I can't keep Mom Paw. The thing that, oh my god, dude, the Grimy being 4 mana is so hard to manage. Okay, hold on a minute. Hell yeah isn't terrible. Can never coin. Coin hero power to get this value would be cool and all, but what am I getting? Might as well just play this as a River Croc. Gotta try and find something out of this, I think. There's an argument to coin the Acolyte of Death. Odds are he probably would have just traded into it.
My blood for the Lich King.
Oh my god, man. Let me guess, he's got the giant. No, doesn't have giant? Okay, hold on. Thread's top deck would clear. Would definitely clear now. What Frost card even saves me? $14. Oh, this is 18 actually.
I'm off it.
Well, that was fun. Is it okay to add Panner instead of Rat? You could add Panner, but I feel like it's unnecessary. Like, the thing about Rat, in order to beat, like, the Reno Warriors and stuff, you gotta run Rat. Rat helps you beat more of your unfavorable matchups than Panner does. Because this deck can draw all the resources, but the simple fact about this deck is that it's too slow. Like, if you draw a bunch of cards, that's great, but then you have a bunch of cards that aren't doing anything. Like, you have to spend your early turns doing something proactive. And if you're not being proactive, then it really limits what you're able to do. Like, your turns 1 through 4 are extremely important. And, like, case in point, man, like, if you just draw a bunch and you still don't hit the good cards, then, like, the Panners don't do anything. The Rats give you a different angle to win the game that no other card really can offer. Okay, like, case in point, this is really good. But I gotta coin out the Baron. Yeah, what's going on, Kamikaze? Good to see you, dude. Thank you for that prime. Guys, don't forget to spam some emotes. Set this chat on fire. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for 2 draws. I don't even really care about the crop rotation value. Can do that later. It's just better to have things to do for next turn.
You fold. Candle much lighter.
Okay. No card kept in Mulligan, so we don't know if it's Bran yet.
My blood for the Lich King.
I mean, I guess it's gotta be Corpse Explosion.
One dose solves any problem.
Lend me your bones.
Let's see if he makes this trade. Do I have any deck building guides out for Dragon Druid? I mean, I have videos on Dragon Druid. They're a bit older. They're a bit older lists. I don't have anything recent for Dragon Druid. If you're talking like all-in dragons, then yeah, I don't have something for that right now.
My blood for the Lich King.
All right, so we're building up the climactic pretty good here. If we're gonna rat, we have to rat next turn. Because if he has coin into Bran on 7, then...
Yeah, put this on repeat.
I hope Bran and Boombuster on the bottom of the deck. I mean, I low-key want the Bran in hand right now.
I ain't talking.
I mean, that's a good card to hit, but still.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
Coin Bran. Off the top.
No matter the danger, I'll always get a good discovery.
No reprieve.
Can people just give up on this deck, please? I'm really sick of them always having it. Maybe I could steal the Boom Bust if it's not in hand. Bran is still the fucking or. I know. I mean, it's annoying how. I mean, all it did was just get played one turn later. In this game in particular. What the fuck? How did this get buffed? Oh, Chorus Riff. Boom Boss. Nah, it's not Corpse Explosion. It's a little unnecessary. Do I care about Reska? It's probably the best time to Reska. Let's not get lucky. Let's not get unlucky. You get a draw. If he has Reno, it comes down. And if he's got Reno, we'll respond with Mom, Pa, Hero Power. Climactic is looking pretty okay. See, this would be a situation where ETC into Fizzle would be kind of okay.
Solves any problem.
We didn't have Reno last turn. I don't want to play around the top deck Reno. Do you think we're finally at a point where people stop saying Among Us? No, because if you've ever been in like an Osmond Gold stream, they still say it. You've got to be fucking kidding me. He had it in his hand.
It's against me.
Foam? Okay, hold on. That's a 6 attack weapon, dude. That's actually a lot. Now, if you play Viper here, then I want this deck to die in a fucking tragic fire. This guy is the Baudelaire orphans' parents, and they died in a tragic fire. Yeah, yeah, here we go. I forgot about the plagues I shuffled into the deck. I literally forgot about the plagues. What else is Among Us? Reno? Yeah. Wait, what? Are we playing bombs? No fucking way. This is weird, dude, because I feel like I'm getting in a favorable position here.
For help.
Worst draw, but I can win with tempo.
That feels good.
I mean, if he's playing the bomb package, he strictly makes the deck worse. Same if he runs the dummy. Boom Boss can hit the 5 HP bombs. Yeah, and that's another thing. If you're running the bombs, then it makes the Boom Boss TNTs worse. I don't think he's doing it. But then again, like, this weapon is doing a lot for me right now. Still no, oh my god, come on, man. What about those other plagues? I feel like he's about to bomb me, man. Hilarious how bad these draws are. I don't have the hero power. So saving that for a hero power just, oh, hey, yo. Hey, yo. Threads death rattle now, got him. Okay, yeah, he's playing testing dummy. I mean, at least give him points for trying, but it's still just Brand Warrior at the end of the day. Wow. Oh my god, there's no way. Holy shit, you're kidding me. You gotta be joking, right? You like actually have to be joking. I guess it's just corpse. I mean, I just this. No, he didn't miss lethal. If he didn't swing with the other weapon, he would have had 2 less damage. Wait, no, he did miss lethal. Because he could have played this weapon, this would have dealt more damage, right?
I'll beat them all.
No, I think it was actually 1 off. I think it was 1 off. Doesn't have an answer for corpse explosion. Dude, if I corpse explosion, I'm dead. I just have to play the climactic explosion, right? Unless that's what you're referring to. We just have to do this, and we're gonna have to beat him with the foam render. It's actually crazy, like how weak this board is. But the plagues can get us there.
That feels good.
I hate to say that the only reason why we're winning this is because he's playing a bad version of this deck, but I'll take it, bro. He played Brand on 7, I don't care. Nice to see some plague action. Only when my opponent draws them. Oh, this into AoE? Okay, not gonna lie though, that random 6 HP is a big deal. Damn near don't even want to play this. Primus can almost win the game. Next turn we can Primus and hopefully win. If the plagues don't just end it. Hero power would have been nice to try and squeeze in as well, but. Oh, let's go. Yep, keep drawing. Love to see him drawing. Is this deck really not playing Boom Boss, or is it actually just the bottom card? I imagine he's saving this because the last weapon, the last mech in his deck is gonna be the safety dude. I'm gonna go for the kill.
Frost, mark of the bitter.
God damn it. Alright, 2 plagues do it. There's 1 plague. 2nd plague. There we go. Woo! This meme is from the future. You don't know what it means. I don't know. I'm still having fun enjoying the mini set cards, but dude, if I was climbing top ranks right now, I would not be having fun with this game. Playing top legend just doesn't seem fun anymore. Especially now that I burnt myself out of caring about competitive Hearthstone. Okay, well, this guy literally doesn't play minions. How was the gig? The gig got canceled. So... I don't even really know why it got canceled. Like, it rained a lot yesterday, but today was nothing but like, I mean, it wasn't clear in the morning, but it was definitely clear this afternoon. And so I just imagined, I just went for a run. Nah, it's all right. Honestly, I'm happy that it got canceled. I got to enjoy my is this today Friday? Yeah, I got to enjoy my Friday.
My blood for the Lich King!
We'll have him deal with it. So it's probably gonna be Ripper into Hematurge, just to make sure that we can clear the board here. He's trying to make sure that like his minions don't die if he attacks. And like it's easy for him to get through the taunt. It just sets up a clear for next turn, which I have to do. And if he plays more minions here, then it just helps me out. What are you doing? Why? Why even do this? You had a way of break.
Time runs out on me.
What is this play? What are you doing, bro? You're giving me more minions to kill. Okay, I mean, I guess he breaks through still. It's annoying, but okay, whatever. Alright, well. Wait, what? Really?
Crimson strike.
A minion that I can kill with my weapon, please. Okay. Take 3 to summon a 3. Take 3 to summon a 4/4. Wait, it's when health changes, right? This doesn't include armor, I don't think, but it doesn't matter. Even if it did include armor, I just want the 3/3.
Dead man shredding.
Hematurge plus this. Yeah, my health doesn't change. I would have to attack first. Well, suddenly attacking first was looking like the way. But he could have just pinged it off, so never mind.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
I need to make this good. I need this now. I gotta make the errors a little less consistent. And now if he draws 3 and suddenly rips all the plagues, that'd be really good. Hematurge doesn't give me a plague card, but it can't give me healing. Oh no. Really? Are you fucking with me? Dude, I'm losing because I'm playing Rainbow DK. The one victory that we had against the Warrior earlier was because he was playing fucking mech cards. There's just no way to win this. Rainbow DK is just really bad. Why Hematurge of a Mortician? Why the hell do I care about Mortician? What unholy card is worth discovering? With Hematurge, you find removal, you find Threads of Despair, you find the cards that you need to win the game. I don't know what unholy card helps us win the game that isn't a plague card. Where's APX Void when you need him? Miss him, man. Yeah, maybe we'd have some good mage decks if he was still playing. 6-1 win streak with triple Frosty K and casual. I feel like Frosty K should be a deck that should be good, but it's not. Like, I feel like it could be good against the Paladins, but the issue with Frosty K is that it needs to hit the right draws. Really good turn, by the way. Wait, hold on a minute, dude. This is a perfect, well, not perfect clear, but this is really good. If he can't kill this, then, oh my god, wait a minute. 6-1 win streak, oh wait, I read that. Yeah, Frosty K should feel like it should be better against Paladin. Really? Right to jail, huh? Be funny if, you know, he goes really hard on the turn right before this wakes up, and then I have crop rotation ready to punish
You
him.
have earned an eternity of torment.
All right, well, I said, you know, winning against Painlock is impossible. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh my lord, why?
No reprieve.
Good draw, but this is still not good. Giants. Isn't this awakening next turn? Isn't this waking up next turn? Dude, are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Grimy is carrying right now? This is literally the only way. This is the only way to win this matchup. It's like not even a joke. This exact circumstance, like these exact circumstances, if this was not happening right now, I'd have no chance of winning. I'm gonna do this to maybe even buff this, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh my god, he still got clears, dude. Oh, but that...
Just use more.
Okay, winnable still, technically. Oh my god, we can win. Oh my god, it's winnable. Oh my god, it's winnable. I was rough on his end. He took 4 damage from himself on his turn too.
Turn down that racket.
I actually can't believe we're gonna win this game. He's gonna jail. He's gonna jail a snake oil. All right, so I gotta actually go for 3 threes. There's no way that I'm dying, right?
The rules decide your fate.
You haven't heard the last of me.
Exactly. I know. The fact that we won this game proves that there's no God. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, dude, like, there's no way that Rainbow DK should have any game against Pain Warlock. Like, the fact that he jailed my minion instead of killing it is the reason why we won that game. Not saying that he misplayed. Maybe he didn't have a way of killing it. But if he had a way of killing the Grimy, the game was over. But he jailed it and it gave me a chance.